Welcome to Ready Set RC, and today we are going through phase 2 of the transformation of the Team Corally Sketer. So far you guys know that we've extended the width 30 millimeters, and that's by swapping out to the 8 scale monster trucks HD steering blocks, and we also did that to the rear. So we are looking at now a wider stance on the Team Corally Sketer. Next up, we are swapping this out to the 8 scale power system. Already been done prior to this video. I'll just walk through what we did to get it to that point. Currently, we are running the Curon 825 brushless motor in this, and that is a 2050 kV motor. And we're also running it with the Torox 4S to 6S capable ESC. Probably going to swap this out to only one connection. That is giving us a significant power boost on this truck. I kept the servo, so I'm still running the stock servo on here, but we have at least upgraded the power system for this truck. What I also have installed is the fan on the back end of the motor. I'll have to see how the airflow is. I know when I pre-mounted this with the 4S system in it, it was giving off a significant amount of air. I'll have to see how that is, because right now the fan is on the back end of guard, and I want to see how that's going to actually create flow to the motor. I'll put the fan that I use in this truck in the description below. So to get the motor and the ESC in, you do got to remove quite a bit to get that going. You'll have to remove the guards, and what that requires is, of course, removing the motor, but you also got to remove the receiver box lid to get to the last screw that's in there. Then underneath there are screws for the servo mount you got to remove. And then on the battery tray side, you do need to remove the battery tray and the ESC mount to get it all out. It's quite a bit of screws. Also did was to get a little bit more access to the motor mount, you have to remove the O-ring that is attached to the pin that is holding this upper support to the truck. And then you have access to everything. There are 2 screws to remove the motor mount cover. And then the motor mount, I ended up using like an L-shaped Allen wrench. This is not the one I use. It's definitely a smaller screw for it, but this is the type of wrench I had to use to access the screws to the motor mount. It is not a sliding motor mount in this truck, so it is a little bit difficult to get around to it. If you work with trucks before, it's not much to do. I'm currently running the stock pinion, which is a 13-tooth pinion here. I want to see how it performs first. I'll probably run this on 4S and then take it up if I notice that it needs a little bit more speed. I think it's going to be quite a kick with this truck with the 6S system on 4S. And that should conclude phase 2 of this build. Now on to phase 3. Phase 3, and you guys are seeing it, I now have the Armor Big Rock Crew Cab body mounted up onto the Team Corally Sketer. And it fits perfectly, guys. You do need to remount new holes for the mounts in the front and also in the rear. What I also had to do was I had to take the tethers off in the front to align just right. So the tethers I removed, I'll just be using there. I didn't want to drill another set of holes for the tethers on here because I already have the 2 standard ones plus the 2 from the tether and plus the 2 new holes. Didn't want to turn this into Swiss cheese. So the rear, they work perfectly. So the tethers are still in the rear. 2 holes that originally was for the Big Rock Crew Cab, they do not work on here. So I had to drill out 2 new holes for the rear, and it fits perfectly, guys. As you guys can see down below, fits right up against the mudguard tube down below. So I'm getting the perfect look, I'm getting the perfect look, the perfect functionality out of this body for this truck. But what's next? We're going to take the Team Corally Sketer out for its first run. We're going to rip it around, see how it does, do some testing with the new system, and see if we're getting geared just right for this. But we're going to leave it here. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram for our latest post to the channel. This is Ready Set RC, signing out. Thanks again, guys.